And we're live. Hi everybody. Wither, Tatinator, welcome in. How are you all doing on this wonderful day? Where once again we have the extreme rarity of the sun being out and I'm online. Gasp. Impish, hi, welcome in. Oh, I can hear myself. Why can I hear myself? No, not that. That one. All right. Okay. Sorry. I can hear myself, and it's very hard. If you've never done it, try talking when you can hear yourself with a slight offset. It's super, super difficult. I'm doing great. I have some unexpected free time, and I wanted to game a little bit because that has been something that's been missing in my life. And I figure if I'm going to be online and I'm going to be gaming, then I should be streaming too, because then I get to interact with all you spectacular folks. So it was kind of a surprise this morning. I was not expecting to have a chunk of free time. I've got about like 2 hours or so that I did not expect to have. So hi. So here we are. TS. All right. What are we going to do today? All right, so let's walk through a little bit what I've done so far for folks who haven't seen this part of the world. Yeah, well, I think. So this is Building Bread Season 2, and I did something a little different that I wanted to get through doing the dragon before I did a video, because really not much of it has changed. So over here is where we spawned, and we've explored a reasonable part of the world. So we beat the dragon, we found ourselves a village here, and we're setting up some of the most basics of farms. This is the one that we did last stream, which this is basically, it's a wheat farm for all intents and purposes. So it's using the mechanic of if the farmer can't get to the composter, then they will have 100% full inventory, and everything that they try and harvest will just fall on the ground, and then the minecart here will pick it up. And then it goes up to this unloader, and you see that we end up getting not much. I mean, it's not a super productive farm, but it's a nice early game farm that has value because it gives us both bone meal and the ability to trade for emeralds. So did that offline last night while I had not much time, very little, like probably about 20 minutes. I went through and just built up these crops just to have something to do. And we started this on the stream as well, which is just the very basic pumpkin and melon farm. And if you didn't know, throw Silk Touch on your axe and you will always pick up the melons. So definitely worth it, because even with Fortune 3, you average getting less than if you do with just with Silk Touch. So, and this time I actually remembered to turn on the bot. So it is actively running now, where we have a new bot where if you type exclamation point, what was it? Commands, I think is what it is. It will tell you everything the new bot can do. Unfortunately, this is largely just in Twitch because YouTube doesn't really have an API for botting yet. So it's more the folks that are on the Twitch side, but the commands and everything are definitely going to be replicated on YouTube as soon as I can. And it's just right now, I don't understand why YouTube is doing that. So, yep, first, you are the first. Nice. I love it. Yeah, Tatinator, I have not seen you around. The time zones just don't jive well, I assume. That is unfortunate, because I definitely I miss you being around, dude. All right, so what do we want to do? Got 2 hours. What is the best thing to accomplish? So there's two things that I want to do in this world for next steps. One, I want to get reasonably good enough gear to where we'll be okay. And then the second thing that I want to do is I loaded up this seed into chunk base, and I found effectively a perfect space to build our base. It is a cluster of mushroom islands that have lush caves underneath them, and it looks gorgeous. Lauren, I have not seen you in ages. How are things? geez, like everybody that I don't normally get to see is out today. It's like the people who watch are in another country or something generally. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. Oh, I'm so happy. This is fantastic. Thank you all for being in here and coming in when you saw me go live. So yeah, I think it's 4 mushroom islands that are kind of like they're in a cluster. So they kind of look like you've got a small one and then a medium one and then a really, really big one here. And then one that's about half the size of the big one right above it. They're kind of like, what's the word? Archipelago. So it's kind of like a line of islands. It is 50,000 blocks away from spawn. I did a lot of searching before I found it, but it is, it has, let's be real here for a second. It has so much potential that I like just looked at it. I went over in creative. Like I spawned a copy of the seed and went over in creative to go take a look at it. And it looks so good. I don't have words. So what I'm thinking, Impish, is the plans for the base is going to be threefold. First off, what we're going to do is we're going to build every farm in the game. I have thought about doing this for a while, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. So we're going to find a way in this world where we're going to build every single farm. It doesn't matter what it does. It doesn't matter what it is. This includes things like fish farms that don't have a lot of use, but we're going to build every single farm. And part of the reason why I want to build it on the Mushroom Island is so that I can build them and I cannot be sneak attacked by a creeper. Because if you look at my statistics here, where's deaths? Yeah, like where is deaths? I can never find death. Like, why? I don't understand why it's not in alphabetic order here. But yeah, so in this world, I have died all of once. And it literally was because a creeper death from above me. From the very top, there was one spawnable spot in a giant cave. He death from above me, landed, and blew up before I could even react. So this is why we're building the base in a Mushroom Island, because I'm officially done with that stuff. We were death free in this world until that happened, and I had replay mod running. If I did, then I will post the clip where it was literally like you just heard the splat sound and I turned around and raised my shield and boom, I was dead. It was upsetting. So, okay, but back to plans. So first plan, every farm. We're going to be doing it. I'm going to do episodes on every single farm, and that's going to be what we're doing for phase 1. Phase 2 is I'm going to build with a metric ton of light and shadow. I've been threatening this for quite a while, but in a Mushroom Island, I can play with completely dark areas or extremely, extremely light ones, like where it can totally work. Like let's hop in here for a second and I'll show you what I mean, because I was playing around with doing it here. I was playing around a little bit with light and shadow in here. And so you can see like these kind of things are what I want, where it has the lighter areas and the darker areas, where we've got some areas that are completely dim and then some areas that have just a little bit of light and some that are well lit. And this is a farm, so this has to be well lit or else the wheat won't grow. So picture this, but with a heck of a lot more dim shadow and everything where it makes sense, or only like one little bit of light that will block with tinted glass in order to get it so that it is it's really an effect. And I plan on making like the best use I can out of the shaders. So I'm gonna build things. Normally when I build stuff, I build it in the normal world and then I'll load the shaders afterwards. But in this case, I want to take full use of the shaders. So we're going for full on pretty. Potato! Jeez, so many people I haven't seen in ages are in. It's like I stream at the wrong time. Close the gate. And yeah, so I want to do that. And then third off, the theme for this season I have decided is going to be Japanese architecture style, where I've never done that. And this is going to be a pretty big push on my skill level because, quite frankly, I'm still not a very good builder. You can kind of tell by my giant box here. Granted, I have not totally filled it in and roughed the edges and such, but my skill level as a builder is not very high. So that's how I'm going to push myself this season. And so that realistically is what we're going to do. As I love the God rays coming off the sun there. That just looks so cool. So what we're going to do with that is go through, and those are my 3 main goals for this season. And I'm also looking to put out more interesting episodes. So I'm going to focus a bit more on making the game a little less, I don't know, stuffy, I guess might be the word for it. When I look back at a lot of my videos, they were kind of academic. Like, I definitely focused a lot on the whys and the hows and everything, and I still want to do that, but I'm taking inspiration from a YouTuber called Paul Hibbert, who does tech stuff. He does home automation primarily. And what I want to... Oh no, I have been in here. Okay. What I want to do is I want to make the videos a lot more interactive and a lot funnier, because that is something I think is definitively lacking. And it's easy to just sit and talk about stuff and be like, and here is what it is, and I'm going to bore you to death with my extreme monotone whenever I am going through and talking about how farms work. So I am going to go as far away from that as humanly possible. And so that's the plan. Sorry, Impish, that was probably a much longer answer than you were looking for, but I've been thinking about this quite a bit. So that's my goal. So what we're doing right now is largely just getting ourselves emeralds to get ourselves some mending books so we can fix our gear. And then I think what we need to do is we need to build a very, very basic farm to get enough fireworks, because right now the 30 fireworks I have are not going to carry us far enough in the nether. Like, not even close. We have to go, I think it was southeast. So we got to go about like 50,000 blocks in this direction. So I can either do that through the overworld, which will require probably, I don't know, 4 pairs of elytra, if not more. Or we can do it through the nether, where I can probably do it in 1. But I'll need a lot more gunpowder. All right, so I know we have a librarian that has mending in here. I have not, just fully open and honest, I have not done much with the villagers and such. All right, mending. Books. I have books. So, because this village, I can't get in the door. This world is still pretty new. Where did I put my books? Books. There we go. This world's still pretty new. Like I said, we got to the dragon. We didn't rush. I definitely didn't feel the need to really push hard to get there, but it was pretty quick. Still the opposite of a speedrun though. All right, so mending. All right, so if I can have, and I of course don't have enough now. All right. Yeah, so this is the problem. Yeah, well, you can do the wither skeleton farm. You cannot slab it at all, actually. If you buy it, if you build it in a soul sand biome, like I did with the other one, then that requires very, very little spawn proofing. And I saw another design that was kind of interesting by Logical Geek Boy, where he used, he specifically was shoving them through portals and then delaying them long enough to where they could come back through again, and it cleared the mob cap, and then you just killed them super fast. It was a very interesting design, and I might go that way too. All right, so let's put mending on you. All right, and now everything has mending. We just need to get unbreaking, because not having wings with unbreaking is really bad. But yeah, I don't know. I'm super excited. All right, so why am I getting alerts from Streamlabs? It says it's skipping frames, so that's not good. Let's kill a couple of things here. Sorry, folks. Like, OBS just lit up all red on me. and I'm trying to figure out exactly what it is doing, where it says it's skipping I mean, we're at 60 frames a second. So if it's skipping 10% of the frames, that's not that much, but it's still not gonna be great. And I really want to give everybody the best possible experience. But so folks, especially ones who haven't been in here for a while, what have you been up to? I know, Lauren, you said last year university is tough. Like, what is going on with all that? Like, and obviously only share what you're comfortable sharing. I know some people just want to sit here and lurk, and that is, as always, 100% okay. I am all in favor of people doing what makes them the happiest. All right, so let's go through and do some of this, and we'll get some more emeralds. I think the goal for right now is more emeralds, which we can do this faster manually, unfortunately, rather than building a farm. And once we get enough emeralds, we will get an unbreaking villager, and then we can figure out how we're going to handle our lack of fireworks. I could build a really simple mob farm that's just a general... Well, I mean, I could build a really simple creeper-only mob farm. That might be a good idea, because we could build like 2 or 3 floors of that relatively quickly. We already have one cat, and I've seen another one coming around, so that wouldn't be too hard. Or we just build a general mob farm that's only like 2 or 3 floors, and then just AFK on it. I don't know. I'll think about it. Oh yeah, I understand that. It is super hard. I mean, it's been a bit since I've been in college, but I do remember the last year was crazy, like finishing everything up. And I don't know if you're doing a thesis or anything, but that was those things were not fun. I didn't have to do one, thankfully. But looking at all my friends who did, it was kind of crazy. All right, so this will give us a good amount. I don't even think I have a farmer that can do carrots, but we can make one of those too. Yeah, I mean, I could make a micro farm, but micro farms annoy me. I don't know why, but they just do. Yes, so it seems like with the community server, what everybody wants to do is keep the we'll keep spawn. Everybody gets 10 chunks, and I will purge the rest with the exception of the big dig to so that it'll so that the whole rest of the world will be on 1.18.1. Like, this isn't just my decision. This is what everybody seemed to want. So I will definitely. It's a community after all, so everybody gets a voice. That's a little bit of work, but it's not a tremendous amount of work. So I should be able to do that, and that is something that I can probably do next week. Now that things have calmed down a little bit from Log4j, and that was for folks who don't know. Security is what I do in my job. Like that's my full-time job. And Log4j, which was discovered in Minecraft, so that was kind of awesome. It was a huge exploit where you could just remotely take over computers, and that had to be fixed and everything. And I really wanted the world to be stable, so I didn't want to do 1.18.0, because if you remember the 1.17 patches, there was a lot. Detonator, I am going to be doing kind of not perfect efficiency, but I'm going to be doing high efficiency farms, because really that's what I find fun. So I don't want to do the bare minimum, even for ones that aren't super useful, like the fish farm. We'll still be doing a decent fish farm, and I will probably use it as an emerald source. So we'll just put a bunch of fishermen and trade for that. So it's going to be kind of it's not going to be the bare minimum, but it's not going to be like 100% perfect efficiency either, because that is going to take an enormous long time. And I think Ilmango and the Sidecraft folks already have that well covered. But it will be my typical standard. I'm not going to be dodging. Yeah, so Lauren, if let me think. I can almost certainly do it reasonably soon, where the hardest part of the upgrade is definitely going to be, hi villager, what you doing? The hardest part of the upgrade is 100% going to be isolating people's chunks and figuring out a way to make sure that that is all safe. So what I'll do is I will figure out a way to generate a map of the server, and then people can pick their 10 chunks that they want to save, which I'm assuming is usually going to be somebody's base. All right, no, we don't want you. We want carrots. But it is, you can do whatever you want. There's no restriction on the 10 chunks themselves. So I will, let me sleep. And you you go, you have a composter. Please use it. No, you're just too tired? Then let me sleep. Let me sleep. Yeah, Tatnator, it is definitely, I find it fun to do things that are pretty efficient. Like it's super fun to make a farm that you turn on and you run it for 20 minutes and then you never need it again. Like, I don't know why I find that fun, but I do. Like when I built the things like the wither tree or the nether tree farm, and you're just not giving me carrots today, dude. Come on, play ball. Be part of the team. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Ghost block. Come on, dude. Did it go back in my inventory yet? Yeah, I don't know if this came through on the stream because it happened pretty fast, but like there, okay, yeah. Sometimes that happens where if you put down something and it very quickly collides with another entity, Minecraft will just sometimes lose the item entirely. And that's what happened until you break something near and do a chunk up. See, it just happened again. Oh my gosh. Oh, Cobra Kai. I have not seen the new season yet, but I definitely liked the previous one. All right, we're going to put it over here now. Like, how is it? No spoilers, but how is it? There we go. Carrot pose. Kakarot. I don't know if we want to keep the Guardian farm. Like, because part of it too is if we start getting into keeping tons of stuff, then... Although, I don't know, because I'm going to give myself 10 chunks as well, and I don't have anything I'm keeping right now. Like, I don't want my base. I don't want to... I'm just going to abandon Atlantis. And so if I'm wiping all of that, maybe that will be what I'll keep, is I'll keep the Guardian farm, and that'll be my 10 chunks. But I definitely think it's worthwhile to redo the farms just because so many of them are going to be completely different in 118 because of the lighting changes and the monster spawn changes. And there's so much that's different now. It's kind of cool. It's one of the things I'm definitely excited about. All right, let's put you back and pick up the remainder of the carrots. It's tremendous. Okay. It's on my list of things to watch. I've actually, because I haven't had a lot of time lately, I've been doing so another thing for folks who didn't know, I moved into a new house in November. So I've been getting all that settled and been loving it because the house is wonderful and gorgeous, and I have only, I should be repairing tools. It's been fantastic. All right, excellent. Almost everything is getting repaired, and we still don't have that many emeralds. The reset will not affect the end in the nether because there's no changes to it. I can reset either if people want, where it might be beneficial to do some of that. I really should have planted first. That's fine. We got enough bone meal where it's not a problem. But the distance of the world, the depth of the world, does not reflect to the nether. So that was something we experimented on one of the previous streams because I didn't know the answer to it. So I was not planning on resetting the nether or the end. The one reason there might be a reason to reset the end, everything but the main island, so that we keep the ender. But it lets people go out and get more wings, because I know that's been a challenge that some people have been facing, is you got to go out really far to get new wings now. And the other thing I think I'm going to do is if you spawn and defeat the dragon, you get a pair of wings. I think that seems fair. And that's a pretty minor pack that can go in. But if anybody has a strong opinion either way, I am more than happy to talk about it. All right, so how are we doing here? Did I knock down my... No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, I'm just checking to make sure that the lighting and everything is still good, because the crops won't grow at night, or they won't grow as fast without the adequate light. So yeah, for the rest of the folks that are either on the community server or interested therein, let me know if you have any kind of different opinion about how we should be doing stuff. Because like I said, this is a community. This is not me making all the decisions here. We make the decision collectively, and we'll go from there. So, but yeah, that's true. We can always do the end later. Like, the harder part of the reset is definitely going to be the overworld. So, and like the way that you reset in a Minecraft server, if you haven't done it before, is every chunk is a file. So you basically just delete the file, and that will cause the chunk to regenerate the first time that somebody goes into it. It'll still be the same seed and everything, because if I mess around with the seed, that would be bad. But it will get the new, generation of the terrain. So something that was not mountainous before may be mountainous now, and also we'll get the depth, the 64 blocks below 0. Yeah, well, Detonator, even if you're not going to be on the server right now, you've been on the server before, and you've been a part of this community, so I value people's opinions. Like, I'm a firm believer that there's no such thing as too many cooks spoiling the soup, and good ideas are good ideas regardless of where they come from at the end of the day. All right, how we doing now? Okay, much better. The skipped frames, let me reset my statistics and see what they're doing, but the skipped frames has gone down like almost 6%. Yeah, 0.4. I think we're okay with 0.4% skipped frames. All right. So we need, while all those are growing, we needed an unbreaking librarian. All right. So the good thing is that everybody that I care about, I've already traded with. So we can just go through and do this and knock them all down. And then replace the points of interest, preferably somewhere where they're not going to get messed up by somebody walking over it. Just get out of my way. Oh my gosh, I'm going to design something that is way better for doing trades and everything than what exists. Because this is my biggest frustration. Really, villagers are the worst. There's been redemptions and I've missed them. Why am I not getting alerted? Come on, bot. What are you doing to me? Thank you, Lauren. I missed them. Why, streamer bot? 1 second. 1 second. Thank you for pointing it out. I'm a terrible, terrible streamer. Impish with the community server access. Awesome. And tea time. Thank you so much, Potato Bot. I could use some tea for coming and drinking. Give me a second. Why is this not working? But Impish, please, if you haven't already, link your Discord and your Twitch and tell me what your name is in the community server channel. Tell me what your Minecraft name is, and then I will whitelist you. Let me check and make sure this is working on my side. So if I go and redeem...
I think it's payback time for a little tea party they threw for us a few hundred years ago.
Okay, let me reconnect the bot, because I didn't hear any of that, and everything is supposed to have a... everything's supposed to have a sound file that goes along with it, so that I can hear it. All right. When the first time the tea time fired, did folks see the image and everything? Did you hear the did you hear it, or did it not link properly with Twitch? And very much appreciate it, Lauren, for pointing out. The best start game mod farm, the best one is if you find a mob spawner. If you do not find a mob spawner, then the best thing generally is just to build a very simple box in the sky. So, and when I say that, it's, all right. The image came up, but, so I heard it when I triggered it. So there's one that's Hi, I'm New. That is a brand new one that I put in. It's supposed to be for anybody new who comes in to the channel, but can somebody mind redeeming that and I'll refund your 25 points. Just so I can see if I can hear it. I don't know if it counts when I do it since I own the channel and everything. And let's see, in the interim, nobody has unbreaking, right? You're all gonna do infinity. I mean, that's not terrible, but okay, excellent. Excellent. All right, thank you, Potato Bot. I appreciate it. So that definitely worked, and the text to speech worked as well. So it looks like a restart has fixed it. Thank you again. I always appreciate it whenever somebody points out that something is not working or I am not doing something that I said I was going to or anything like that. I am a firm believer in accountability and doing the right thing. So thank you so much for keeping me honest. All right, so no, none of you. You're all just gonna sit here and wander and not have a profession. Please come over here. You especially, professionless person. Yeah, so I think the way, if you do commands, yes, commands will go through and it will tell all the commands that you can use that are here, as well as there's a whole bunch of new redemptions, and there's a like, I'm trying to put in a whole bunch of new fun things because, quite frankly, I find this bot super fun. And yeah, so I'm gonna take a second to give myself a drink of water because I got a little flustered when things don't work. It makes me unhappy when I don't do the things that I say I'm gonna do. So we're gonna pretend that didn't happen, have a nice drink of water, and move on. All right, and Potato, I will redeem your 25 points after the stream is over. You can just reject it, and you'll get them back. Curse of Binding, thanks. Thanks. Unbreaking 1, thanks. So close. Close, but no cigar. Oh, all right, so let's knock them all down again and try one more time. I gotta do some experimentation with the points of interest and see exactly what it takes for them to be able to get to it, but not walk on top of it. Like, because the fact that if I was able to put a slab or something right here where they can access it, but they can't step on it, that would probably go a long way. Nope. And since this is temporary, I'm not bothering to build all the nice stuff that we normally do. I don't sleep yet. I'm trying to get you to do stuff. What are you doing? What are you doing trying to sleep? All right, they're just not going to do anything right now. Oh, sigh. All right, go get your profession. Thank you. You're new, and you don't do anything. And you're not new, and you don't do anything. And, oh, feather falling 1. This is one of the nicest things about the Create world is the Easy Villagers mod makes this so much more pleasant. You literally just rotate the villager point of interest until you get what you want, rather than having to destroy it. But that is beyond what I wanted to do for this world. It is too many. It's too many. That's too far of a mod to where I feel comfortable doing it. So that's why we do not. All right. Come on, just give me Unbreaking 3. All I want out of you is an Unbreaking 3. No. Seriously, no. Actually, do we even have... So we have 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how many of you are not All right, so you're already locked. You're already locked. You're already locked. You're locked too. So we only have one. We only have one. Is it one or two? No, we have two. Okay, so we have two that will go through and do it. Hey, nice. Dinner bone worked. Excellent. This was a fun one. I really enjoyed making this one. So having the ability to auto flip the camera and everything took a bit of figuring out. Especially since the camera is the puppet and it's not a standard camera to begin with. But this one was fun. Thank you for being the first person to do it. Unbreaking 1. No. Alright, so that's my 2, so I don't have to go any further. I know I can just knock them all down. And the reason why I can knock them all down like this and not have to worry about it is once you've traded with somebody once, it locks their profession and what they get for forever until you you either remove the librarian from the world or that's pretty much it. So that's the only way that you can do it. So that's why I'm not worried about resetting the trades of all the other ones that I have. Yeah, so hopefully Dinnerbone was obvious once it executed what it was, but if you didn't see it, it flips my camera, my little fake camera thing, over to upside down. So it's the same thing as doing Dinnerbone on any mob in the game. Whenever you do that, it turns them upside down. Which you can do with some really, you can make some really fun effects, and I plan on using that for a couple of the farms and the design of what we're doing. Because one of the things I've been kicking around is, because everything is in the caves, like one of the things I've been thinking of is in like Dungeons and Dragons and everything, there's the Underdark, which is the home of the Drow Elves. And it is not a nice place. And I was debating having a section just basically be like where evil has taken over the cave and doing things like hanging villagers by the legs from chains and such. So there's, it's a little gruesome, but I've been thinking about doing thematics within the cave because when I go and show folks the lush caves and everything I found, some of them are huge. Like they take up a good section of the Mushroom Island, which is also not small. The larger Mushroom Island, I think, is like 400. Ooh, that was not what I wanted. Is like 400 by 400. So it is large. Sorry, dude. I did not mean to axe you in the leg. I mean, it helps if you're not all standing right around me. But I wonder if I can do that. I wonder if that'll work. Like, do they still have access if it's one up? Because then that would be easier to cut down. But it looks like they don't. Otherwise, he'd be getting a job. So, all right. I guess they have to be on the ground. Oh, well. So, yeah, the other thing, the bot is super fun. And I've been wanting to create more different redemptions and more things like the fireworks one I thought was really cool. Oh, that's true. Oh, that is such a good idea. I didn't even consider that. Oh, we could build like little statues of mushroom people and use like armor Oh, you just gave me so many ideas. Oh, I love it. Thank you. That is so good. All right. Piercing. Fortune 1. Really? Fortune 1. All right. All right. So I wonder if we could change this a little bit. If we could put this on a piston or something and just drop it down and reset it back up again. I wonder how that would work. Let me think about that for a minute. Because if we could literally stop breaking these and just remove them from their line of sight, I think that would cause them to lose the job. I just don't know. Like, let's see how fast that they claim it. Like, would I have to remove all of them? So if somebody is... Yeah, so he took that one. He took that one. Yeah, so it seems like it's not guaranteed who is going to claim the point of interest. And it looks like the people who already have a job have priority, which is unfortunate, but yeah. Piercing 3. Nope. No, I lost the other one. Yeah, the villager mechanics are so... I mean, villagers are overpowered. Plain and simply, really they are. But the mechanics are so bad. Have I played Pokemon? Oh, yes, I have. I did a lot more Pokemon Go than any of the other series. But I played Pokemon Go like crazy. There was a point in time when my Pokedex was very full, and I had a lot of shinies. Like, the area I was in, we had organized raid groups and everything, so it was not uncommon to go out for a couple of hours during one of the events and just knock down 20 or 30 raids. It was super fun. My favorite Pokemon. So some of it is definitely, that question has some, there's a number of ways to ask that question. Like the one that I ended up the favorite in Pokemon Go was the Mewtwo that was original, because the one that had Psychic and Shadow Ball, because it was just so incredibly useful. But I have always had like a special little place in my life for dinosaurs. So the Tyranitar or T-Tar or whatever it was probably my favorite one. That wasn't always necessarily useful, but just looked really cool. And I mean, you gotta love Pikachu. I mean, you can't, it's kind of a requirement. Like, if you're gonna do the Pokemon route, you gotta love Pikachu. Silly little electric rat is cute. All right, so what is everyone else's favorite Pokemon then? So this sounds like this could be an interesting discussion topic. Why are you not claiming one of the points of interest? You're supposed to be over here claiming one of these. Villagers are the worst. How was Pokemon Shield, Potato? I have so many games on my backlog. Like, they just released, Nintendo just released like the entire Castlevania series for $5. And like, some of those games, especially the retro ones, are just fun, just crazy fun. And I'm like, I have so many games. I haven't even played Hades yet. Hades has been on my game backlog for like a year, and I haven't even been able to get to it. Brown Family, the opposite of a speedrun. That is what, I don't know, like a slow build, a slow burn, I don't know. I even know what the opposite of a speedrun is, but I welcome any comments that people have. But this is not fast. I guess the opposite of the speedrun is dealing with villagers, because they're just you are the worst. You are the absolute worst. I don't even want to know how many times that I've put down these points of interest trying to get unbreaking. That's all I want is unbreaking. Just give me unbreaking. No, where'd you go? Where did my one that I haven't traded with go? Loyalty. No, I traded with you? For paper? Why did I do that? I think I might need to remove you. You might have to have an accident with a bucket of lava in your near future. Yeah. Hey, it doesn't matter. Sometimes your favorite can be your favorite for no reason. It can just be just because I like them, or I like the sound they make, or I like the coloring they are, or anything like that. It doesn't matter. If they bring you joy, more power to you. That is all that matters at the end of the day. All right, let's ninja in here and see if we can sleep. Yeah. Yeah, just the dinosaur ones. There's something about the dinosaur Pokemon that I really enjoy. And oh my gosh, what is it? The thing that looks like a giant floating gear. It's like a blue giant floating gear. I don't even remember its name. I'd have to go into Pokemon Go because I have it favorited just because I like it. But that one, there's no reason, but I like that one. All right. Come on. Give me unbreaking. Unbreaking 3, please. Nope. Smite. Yes, thanks. Give me something that is only useful in very specific conditions, but it's still better than Bane of Arthropods. Nice. Getting those cards are kind of difficult. My sister is huge into Pokemon, and she has like a couple of binders of Pokemon cards. It is amazing how detailed some of them are, especially the ones that are like from Japan. She's got some of the big ones that are the big gold ones from Japan, where they're the size like your 2 hands put together. They're monstrous, and some of those, the art on them is just beautiful. No. Useless. All right, try number 700,851. All I want is Unbreaking. At this point, I would probably even take Unbreaking 2. Because you folks are driving me crazy. Just driving me... And thanks. Thanks for making me lose the 2 and needing to... Alright, so... Villagers are the worst. Okay, so neither of them even... Get out of my way. Alright, there we go. Neither of them even got the point of interest, the ones that are unjobbed. Okay, alright. This is the time. I can feel it. This is it. This is not you. You're already traded. Are you? Are you the time? Are you it? No, you're not it. You're not it. You? Frostwalker. Really? Yeah, definitely send it on Discord. I'd love to see it. Like it is amazing to me that that game is going as strong as it is. Because like, when did the first Pokemon game came out in what, like the 90s? So you're talking a game that is Final Fantasy levels of popular still. Like, it's still super popular, and that has been around for coming up on 30 years, if not more. I mean, math is hard, but. I don't know. I appreciate anything that can create that much joy in the world. Like, the people who created that, I wonder if they had any idea what they were doing when they made it. If they had any thought of that level of success. I don't follow a ton of paleontology news, but I do find it super interesting. So please, if you have interesting information, feel free to share. Like, I used to, but like, it's unfortunately the real world job takes up a tremendous amount of my time. And one of the things that I have always regretted is as I have gotten older, like, there's just less time to do the things that are really enjoyable. Like, the things you have to do take up more and more and more time. And so there's two things to that. Like, one, it makes you really appreciate when you do have free time, but two, it also makes you really focus. So the hobbies and everything you do, like, I only do the things that really bring me joy now. And some of that is a lot of electronics work, because I've been building LED light strips and controllers and all that other stuff. And because, like, this has been a trigger for the new house. I hate overhead light. Like, it shines, the lights that are in the ceiling that shine down, like, they hurt my eyes. So I really don't like them. So I've been replacing all my light with indirect light, meaning that, like, cabinets get LED strips, and underneath furniture and all this other stuff, so that all the lighting in my house is completely indirect. And this has the cool effect, because I'm building the controllers and everything myself, of where I can set my house into party mode, which is, if you picture the most RGB of RGB computer builds, that's my house on party mode. And it's amazing, and I love it. Like, where did I miss him? Where did okay, all three of you you're already all traded. So it's just you? Okay, you and you, right? Yeah, and you're both useless to me. Sigh. All right. But yes, so I am a bit of a home automation junkie, which is why I know who Paul Hibbert is. And when talking earlier, like, that's one of the new inspirations of how I want to do my videos going forward. And the fun part of it all is the just the joy you bring to it. Like, I can do stuff that is, oh wow, an embryo was just, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine how much that must have changed the way that people are dealing with dinosaurs. Like, I love the fact that we've gone from dinosaurs being giant lizards to giant birds to we don't know to, like, it really makes you think about what, whenever you find things, like, how much of our knowledge is based on completely incorrect assumptions. Like, my favorite story about that is the current thought is that the legend of the Cyclops came from skulls of either mastodons or elephants, because, like, people, well, most likely mastodons or woolly mammoths or something, places where they didn't normally exist, because you see something that has a giant hole in the center and you don't think trunk, you think eyes, because that's what most skulls are like. So I always thought that was super interesting, but that's gotta change so much of how people think dinosaur works to actually find, like, an embryo that is preserved enough to where you can tell what it is. Oh, that's so cool. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the home automation and everything. So, like, all the LED strips and stuff, there's a project called WLED that makes it really easy to build your own controllers, and you can get them to do anything you want as long as you use addressable LEDs. And addressable means that each LED can be a different color, rather than the whole strip having to be one color. So you can get these super cool effects like fireworks and the normal chasing rainbow and all that other stuff. And it looks crazy cool, and I'm really enjoying it. A slow run, yes. A speed run, a slow run, a slow crawl, maybe a backwards crawl, like speed running in reverse. Take the Olympic speed running competition, play it backwards, and that's what this is. Unbreaking 1. Unbreaking 1. Okay, so 2, 4, 20 emeralds. So you buy one, you buy another single, you combine them, that makes 2. You take 2, you combine them, and that... Yeah, I think we're doing it. All right. And I don't need you. Yeah. So I am, at this point in time, I am willing to pay the additional emeralds and the additional books in order to not have to do that anymore, because that just is driving me crazy. And yes, I know it's gonna cost so much more, but at least we have an Unbreaking 3 book now that I can apply to the wings. All right, that was, of course we need more than that, but hopefully by this time, let's sleep quickly, and then we'll see what the farm has done while I've been dealing with the worst thing in the Minecraft game. Come on. Oh, you can't go under if you're not wearing your wings, Hugs. All right, you guys aren't sleeping, so all right, I guess it's just night, or I guess it's just rainy. It doesn't it's not actually night yet. All right, that's fine, and we don't have to wait. Okay, so I'll figure out a way. Yeah, I'm definitely interested, Impish. Thank you so much. I will check that out after the stream here. All right, so how much? Oh wow, we got lots of pumpkins and melons. Yeah, I think the next pumpkin melon farm I build is oh, nope, I'm using the wrong axe. Yep, you want to use the Silk Touch axe. Silk Touch is better. And what broke my... What did you do? Who knocked down my... Yeah, that's not okay. You don't get to take out my melons and my pumpkins. Grr. I wonder if like one of the iron golems or something. Except they're walking over to other ones. They're not taking them out. I wonder what could have done that. That's weird. Maybe I did it by mistake and I just didn't notice. Yeah, but here's another one. Here's another one that got taken out. That's weird. Because it's not, they're not like sugarcane. They don't pop off if you don't have water. But I mean, this one's right there. Like, I don't know what could have done that. Eh. Weird. Probably an Enderman. It was probably like an Enderman or something came and we're just going to blame everything on Enderman and creepers in this entire world. They're just the worst. They're all the worst. And villagers. The villagers did it too. You are not tamed. Do I have quick fish that I can get? Because I'm going to build. Yes. Here. Tactical fishing. Get back here. Yeah, so we can use that to breed the cat, and that will be our second cat, because these are going to die anyway, because they're caught in the bubble column. Come here. Let me out. Let me out. I miss you. What is over here? Oh, this is kind of cool. Little sneaky, hidden little cave. Little waterlogged cave that goes between the two water sources. That's nice. I'm sorry, I see you trying to hide. Right, yeah. We don't have good water breathing yet. 3. That will hopefully be enough. Come here. Come here. Here, kitty. Fish. I have fish. What do you call a fish with no eyes? A fish. Yep, come here. Yay. All right, now we have 2 cats, because I think there's another one over here somewhere. There was. All right, fine. And... all right, so if I trade, I might be able to get 2 levels, and that will allow us to put Unbreaking on our wings. This part of the game is not my favorite part. Steep. Don't clear your throat, Hugs. You know better. All right, better. Here we go. Trades are good. All right, perfect. Now we've got enough where we can just go through. Australian boomerang fishing? That is something I can safely say I've never heard of before right now. So enlighten me on what Australian boomerang fishing is. It sounds very challenging. Okay. There we go. All right, so that is the most important. I don't even care so much if I lose those diamond boots. They're not that great. But what we do need to do... what can I do with all this stuff? Like, let's just put all that in there. And, all right. So it is roughly 50,000 blocks. Let's see. Let's do a quick test, because the wings are fully mended and they're unbreaking. Yeah, I do have the other cat over there. Excellent. So I can breed the kitties. All right, so what I want to do is let's go 1,000 blocks due south and do an experiment. So we are at, we'll start at 250 to make this nice and easy. All right, so we're gonna go 1,000 to 1,250 and see how much damage that it takes and how many fireworks we need, because this will give us a general estimate of how many we would need if we went in the overworld, because I don't know. And we get to see a cool mountain while we're at it. I love this terrain generation, even if some of it is a bit buggy right now. Okay, so we're not going exactly due south, but we'll go as close to it as we can. All right, that's 2 rockets. All right, so I'll be able to make it. It's about 500 a rocket, roughly. If we're smart. Okay, so that's it right there. And we lost not much in the way of durability. So, yeah. So what's that? 19, 18? Like, math is hard. 22 and then 3. So 13. So we lost 13, going 1,000, and we need to go 50,000 blocks. So times 50. That's not terrible. That's like what, two pairs? Yeah, Potato, you can't like go and talk about the boomerang fishing and then not deliver off of that. I'm hoping there's a good story here, and we will learn all about whatever this Australian boomerang fishing is. I'm quite curious because the last time that I saw a boomerang, it didn't work in the water. So I don't know how you would do that and how you would go through and be able to fish. Okay, so we would not need that many rockets. Realistically, 2 stacks of rockets would be fine. The reason I'm doing this, experiment is because I don't know if I want to go thousands of blocks in the nether. Like the nether is often dangerous to fly around like that, and it's hard to find the pass through, especially if you start getting basalt deltas. They wait for a fish to jump. That's a lot of patience. That is a tremendous amount of patience that is required. I've never heard of this before. That is, you've given me a completely new piece of information, and I am grateful for that. All right. So this will get us on breaking, and we could go to a deep ocean, like right over here, and we could build a very basic mob farm. And that at least would give us enough to get started. We've got bamboo. I don't think I have string. So we need to go and find some, yeah, I have no string. So what I'm thinking is that we might go over to the deep ocean that we've got over here, where it's substantially further away. Yeah, we found a guardian temple too. Although I'm definitely not going to do that. It's kind of cool. There's like guardian temple here, and there was one where these two might be in the same area. I don't know how far apart they are. Let's see, what is it? 347. No, they're way too far apart. That would be super cool to find 2 guardian temples that are right next to each other, make a like a hyper efficient farm. All right, but so I need scaffolding in order to be able to build the basics. And then it's a decent amount of stone, a couple of dispensers, and some basic redstone, enough to make an etho hopper clock. So I think that's doable. How much iron do we have is the question. Because that might be what we need to do. We might need to build a very basic iron farm. Yeah, I have 14. I don't have enough iron to do that. I mean, there's a source of iron right here, but if I attack you, the villagers' trades will be very, very bad. But we do have the one villager in here that needs to meet a gruesome end. Let's breed up a couple more. Let's breed up a couple more villagers, and then we can lead them to, I don't know, a horrible fate.
Completely by accident.
Of course, because it's always by accident. All right, so the most basic iron farm I know how to build is it's a pretty simple one. You basically underground, so over somewhere like this, you put them underground. And then there is the only spot that the iron golems can spawn is a area here, because I think it's 9 by 9 by 6 is the furthest distance that they can spawn, if I remember correctly. You know what? I actually want to make that an episode. So I think we're not going to do that here. So let's see. Let's go down a bit into our little caving area and dig for a minute and see if we can get enough iron in order to make that not a problem anymore. And I have to look up the iron level. Best iron level 118. Iron ores Y232 and Y16. Okay, so that's really interesting, that 232. So looking and finding in mountains is the best one now? All right, and we can find veins anywhere between -8 and -56. That's a lot of conflicting information. So, like, the best level to find iron is 232 and 16. Of course, it's common and can be found in any Y level, and iron ore veins can be found between -8 and -56. All right, well, let's try, like, -12. Let's go down here and do a little bit of branch mining in -12 and see what it is as an experiment. One of the things that I definitely want to do is I need to go into just a creative world and start doing some replacement. Like, because, oh, I came down without torches because I'm dumb. Yeah, so this is the best of YouTube ever. Like, our best streamer ever, that this is the black wall. This is the thing that you absolutely want to have all your streamers do, because the black wall is the most entertaining thing ever. I am totally not kidding. Black wall is the final form of anyone who is streaming. Everybody wants to get to that. Yeah. La 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 la. Yeah. It totally is not that I forgot to grab torches before I came down. The cool thing about farming now is that you want to fortune everything. Like, that was one of the changes I didn't realize until I was a bit into this world, is that if you fortune, like, you can still cook regular iron ore if you still touch it. But if you fortune it, it behaves just like all the other fortunable minerals, which I did not realize. So just goes to show there is often something new in this game, which I really appreciate. All right, so I need sticks. All right. Cha-cha-cha. So let's make ourselves, like, that's probably fine. And then I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so that will be plenty of the torches. Yeah, we're good. The other thing I would love to see is what do folks think would be interesting for on-stream stuff? Like, I still have a bunch of things I want to do with whenever somebody subs or does bits or any of that other stuff, to make sure that I'm properly thanking anybody who does that and helps feed the hungry. I don't know, it's been a while since I've done this and the bot automatically does it, but 100% of everything I earn goes to local food banks to feed the hungry. So I want to make sure that I appropriately thank everybody anytime that you help donate and help with the mission of feeding those who don't have enough. And again, a big thank you to all the folks who have helped over time. Some of the folks that have been on here have been Patreons for quite a while, and I am extremely grateful for that. So, but I want to make sure I'm also acknowledging people whenever they do help with the mission. So if anyone has any ideas of stuff that they think could be interesting to see as part of OBS stuff, I'm getting more into that because it's, quite frankly, it's fun. Like, the fireworks redeem was probably the funnest one that I've done for a while. And that is definitively, and just to give credit where credit is due, like, I didn't completely do that one. There was another developer who went through and did it as part of a New Year's thing, and then I adapted it a little bit. So it's important to give credit where credit is due and make sure that, wow, no iron in all of this. To not just take things and be like the Reddit, I made this. Like, just, I don't believe in doing that. That's not okay to me. How are we not finding iron? Oh my gosh, I saw, like, seeing all this gravel, I was like, oh my gosh, we find diamonds, but we don't find iron. Oh, no, I know it works, Potato, don't worry about it. I'm just saying if somebody wants to redeem it, it was one of the more interesting ones. Like, if you're curious and you care, feel free, but I don't want, I know that one works. I tested that one I tested that one a lot. One diamond ore. Really? Really? Wow. Okay. Good to know. All right. Just want some iron. Like, is that so much to ask? But I appreciate you volunteering to help everything out. It's always nice to see when people are just like, I want to help. How can I help? Whoa. Well, that was unexpected. All right, if you want to do it, go for it. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun with that one. Yeah, so hopefully that looks as good on Twitch as it does here. Wow. This is kind of cool. Check this out. Let's get back out of here so we don't suffocate. But this is a huge... What is going on with this? This is like generation I don't think I've seen before. Is this level of water within it? Wow. Funky. It's probably super dark. I don't know how much you can see it on. Oh, thank you. Like, and big thanks. I should credit the developer who made a good portion of that because it's important. All right, what can I ditch? Well, I don't really need any of the other stuff, so I suppose let's just cut back. We can just go back here. All right. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just cut back here, and if I don't get iron, then I will just table that to be an episode. And the reason that I don't want to do it here is because building it as an episode is a very different workflow for me right now. One of the things that I definitely want to do is I want to make it so that I can take these episodes where I'm streaming and also convert them to YouTube, because that will cut down and make me a lot more efficient. Like, I want to kind of do a super cut of all the stuff that I did leading up to defeating the dragon and everything, even though that's not going to be a full episode, like kind of an episode 0. But yeah, I don't exactly know how to do that yet. I have to figure it out. Yep, that's not the kind of ore I want. Thanks, but no thanks. But yeah, so I want to have stuff like that is fun and that the community enjoys, and that when there's something like, if we get some large event, like something cool happens, for example, Pigstep, when we found those 2 Pigstep discs in the same chest a couple of streams back. This is, what is it called? It is Zero's world map, and Zero's mini map. So I was using the other one that was Fabric, whose name I unfortunately do not remember right now, but I had to, it was not cutting it. It hadn't been updated in a while, and when it finally did get updated, it was throwing tons of errors. So I looked for a new one, and I found this one, and it works pretty well. There's a couple of things I miss, but I think some of that might be just user error, quite frankly. What can we get rid of? I mean, I can just drop those. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take the gold. Gold is valuable at this point in the game. So it works. It's another Fabric mod. I'm still very much Fabric because Replay mod is basically going to keep me in Fabric forever. I don't know why. Well, I know why they don't. It's hard to develop 2 different things on 2 different frameworks. But yeah, no problem. And this, I'll definitely, once I get back into doing this series a bit more, I'll do another, like, behind the scenes and what mods and everything I'm using. Because that question does get asked a lot. Hey, iron, finally. Please be a mega vein. Nope. No, no mega veins. Sigh. Deep sigh. Alright. Well, it's better than 0, which is what we had before. I haven't come across a mega vein yet, but like that's got to be so. I don't know if it's to the point of where they would be super useful by the time you encounter them, because they seem to be pretty rare. Like the original stuff when I was seeing them, I also avoided a lot of spoilers when I was going through and doing this because I kind of wanted to figure out the 118 stuff by myself. I find it fun to go through and experiment and figure out how everything works. All right, iron in the ceiling. 2. All right, not a mega vein, but better than what we had. So I don't know what the things. Oh my gosh, Spider-Man No Way Home. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was a fantastic movie. So have watched, do love, will not spoil for anybody, but it had so many amazing scenes, and like how can I say this so that it's not a spoiler? I really like that they gave characters a second chance to fix things. And that's all I'll say, because that is open enough to where folks who haven't seen it won't be spoiled, but that was one of my favorite parts in the movie. Like, I like redemption arcs, and they handled it really well. But there were parts in the movie that just really got me. And in many different emotions in many different ways, but I thought it was amazing. Pardon the pun. It was an amazing Spider-Man movie. Haha. But yeah, if you enjoy the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I don't see how you would not like it. It was just beautifully done. Beautifully. And I'm very excited to see where they're going to go with the MCU. With the next Doctor Strange movie and all the other ones. And again, I will avoid any and all spoilers because I despise being spoiled. I think people who post spoilers are like, I don't know why you do that. It is the thief of joy. So I avoided the spoilers and basically tried not to use the internet until I went and saw it. But yeah, it was great. Highly recommend. Nope, this is a long tunnel. I thought I already cut through, but wow, all this digging, and we after reading that page that was like iron is the most common thing, it's like, sure it is, whatever you say. And what did we get? 13. All right, that's probably enough. Oh yeah, that whole. There are some movies, and I think this might be one of them, where it's like there's almost that sense of regret that you can't watch it for the first time again. And you can get some of that. Like, this is why I enjoy introducing people to the MCU and movies like that, like pre-Endgame and such. Like, I had just MCU parties where with some of my friends, we just watched all of them in order. Like, it took a while. This was not something we did in one sitting because that's like 50 hours of movies at this point. But watching people and being like, I know it's coming, and then seeing them be like, oh my god, and see the big moment. It's interesting to see things through somebody else's eyes. I really enjoy that sensation. All right, so 13. Let's show. Oh, booty your cousin Potato. Why would they do that? That's not okay. All right, so 14, and we can fortune it all the way down. And you can just see that some of them are coming up as 2, and we end up with 33. So it makes a pretty significant difference. So remember to do that with any of the ones that you've got where it is that way. We'll do that with the gold too. Although I don't really need anything for trades right now, but still helpful. Do I have... All right, I'm gonna save 2 of them, and then I will fortune the rest. And like copper is extremely fortunable. Like I don't know why, because you don't. Well, I do know why, because they want to use it as a building block. And it doesn't have a lot of uses other than that. But all right, there we go. Terrible. That is the best way to look at it, though, Lauren. Like, it's if you can't remember it, then you get to experience it for the first time over and over and over again. I don't boo to your cousin though, Potato. Like, I am upset for you. Like, don't spoil stuff like that. Let people have the joy of experiencing it themselves for the first time. Because if you're spoiling, what are you really doing? You're saying, like, I don't care about you enough of a human to where I'm gonna let you enjoy it. Again, all right, I don't know what's going on here. Like, maybe it is the golems, but something keeps breaking. Something keeps breaking all of my plants, and I do not like it. Because that was definitely not me. I was being super careful at that point. Really weird. Yeah, they're gonna... Grrr. If it's you, you're gonna make me very unhappy. I mean, this is only a temporary base, so I'm not that worried about it, but... But yeah, like I was saying, like, you're literally saying to another person, I don't care enough about you as a human to even care that I am stealing joy from you. Like, I'm not going to let you discover this thing on your own. I'm specifically going to actively ruin it for you. And that's unfortunate. Like, I don't know why people want to do that. I don't know what it is that makes them feel good about themselves when they do it. But yeah, that's not happening. All right, I need some water and I am out. So I am going to take a short break and go and stretch and grab myself a drink of water. And I encourage all of you to go and do the same thing. So I will run a short commercial while I am not here, and there will be nothing to miss, so that anybody coming in will not have to deal with it. And we will be right back. Alrighty. Well, that's interesting. Did it just fire tea on its own? Yeah, okay. It just fired tea on its own. That's weird. That's a bug. I have to fix that. At least it didn't dinner bone me this time, which it has done before. You go away. Alright. Yeah. I've made so many changes, it's hard to keep track of them all, and anytime you write anything like this, there's always bugs. Okay, so nothing has happened that's broken these. I do not know what causes the stems to get broken. Like, that is the weirdest thing. All right, but that gives us enough iron to where we'll be okay. And so largely most of what I need the iron for is hoppers, because making a hopper clock is going to be... Are those not 1-to-1? Because I didn't think I put that many in. Oh no, I put 33 in. Yes, okay. It is completely 1-to-1. All right, but sorry, got distracted. Well, Potato, I'm glad your cousin at least stopped doing that, because like one, I don't know why. I don't know why you would even do that. Two, you're just opening yourself to a person doing something that you find important or you find enjoyable. And just being like, all right, well, if you're going to ruin something for me, I'm going to ruin something for you. I mean, that gets into, if you do an eye for an eye, then everybody ends up blind eventually. So I don't recommend people doing that, but it certainly opens you up to it. So I don't know why you would do it. Everybody has something that they find important, and it's easy enough to ruin things. Just don't. The recommendation is just don't, but if you absolutely have to. All right, so let's put that one there. All right. Yeah, so for folks who didn't know, the little story behind this area here is like this kind of got ripped up from the under parts of the world, and I'm going to clear out the bottom and kind of like make it a little crater just to look cool, but not going to do that right now. Yeah, an eye for an eye is an endless cycle. You're exactly correct. Impish, good for you. I am envious. How big was the mega vein? And what level was it on, is the question. Like, I'm definitely never gonna be upset at someone else's success. Success is to be celebrated, not tried to, like, this gets into the whole thing about people who try to drag other people down. Like arguments for the minimum wage, like, how dare you raise the minimum wage? Then they're making close to what I am. And people don't think it through and realize that a rising tide lifts all boats. Like, if other people are successful, generally you will be successful too. And even in the case if you're not, I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna do bad things because good things are happening to somebody else. I'm gonna celebrate those good things. So yay for you. We're just building an iron farm. Like, I'm not gonna bother with any of this. And the pumpkin and melon farm that I'm gonna make requires a tremendous amount of resources, so we're gonna save that for the new base anyway. Smiley, welcome in. Hello. That is a great name. I love it. What is the source of your name? -25. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think what I'll just do is I'm gonna go into a world, a creative world, and load up world edit, and then just replace everything that is not an ore, and just like go through many chunks and do that and see what I find for mega veins, because like they seem like they're not worthwhile. And when I say that, it's like they seem very rare, and by the time you find them, you have all the materials you need from other sources. So I don't know. I don't think I like them so far. All right, and I need to figure out how to get this to not always show. There's got to be an option here. Like, don't show everything. Like, because what I'm really looking for is I don't need to see everything. Like, only show when I start typing. How do I do this? No, that's not helpful. All right, we'll deal with that another time when I can actually look it up. But what I want is I don't want it to be covering the entire screen like it does here. Like, I just want light. What is that? Okay, that's not even, oh, it's showing all the things, even this. So that's the light block where you can set an invisible light. Ooh. Hello. I think we might be doing, yeah, let's do some sleep in here, because I don't need a thunderstorm right now. Thunderstorms are not useful at this point in time. That was really loud in my ear. I don't know if I blew anybody's ears out, but I apologize if I do. But that was loud enough that it made me jump. Yeah, the raw ore and everything. That's interesting too. Yeah, I don't think I've encountered any of those. All right, let's go kill this creeper at least. Because I needs the gunpowder. 2. 3. Yay. There, another one. Yeah, okay. So that's definitely going to be the checklist. Like, now that we've got iron, we can build the hoppers. We can build a hopper clock. I actually could have used the string, so it wouldn't have been the worst thing ever to do that. Although we could just go into one of the big caves that I found and find some spiders. That will probably be a better way to do it. Let's go do that because I need some spider silk, because that's what scaffolding takes, right? Yeah, it's just one string. So let's zip over here. And I can show folks who haven't seen it yet our silly little skeleton spawner farm that we built, which is also the question of what is the best farm to make in the beginning of the game, the best mob farm. If you can find it, it is definitely one of these, because not quite there yet. Yeah, we're over here is spawn. There's a bee at the very top of that tree. That's kind of hilarious. All right, so yeah. So over here is spawn. This is where I'll just walk over here to show folks quick, because I know there are people on who haven't been around for a while because of my very late time in your time zones that I normally go live. And this is spawn, which is just very, very basic. I tend not to stay at spawn very long, so I don't really build it out. But this is where we spawned. I'm calling it Turtle Beach because 1, it's a beach, and 2, there were tons of turtles here. So we will be totally fine when we actually need to go and build the farm, build a gold farm. Like, we will have lots and lots of turtle eggs and easy ways to find them. So I'm not worried about that at all. But it was a cool spawn. I was loving it a lot. And we also had a ruined portal right over there, 200 blocks away. So it was really easy to get into the nether, nice and fast. This would be a good seed for a speedrun. And let's just gather up the sugarcane while we're here. And then I will show the skeleton spawner farm that I built that is super basic. We built that on stream too. It's the spawner farms all look exactly the same. So there's no way you can make them more efficient. They're always they have a maximum efficiency, which is basically just clear out a square around them and go from there. But do I have... Yes, I have my tinted glass, which is what I wanted to do the next time I went down so that we could actually look into the farm without increasing the light level. So when we found a mega cave when we were digging down to get basic resources in the beginning, and the mega cave had an open spawner, which was fantastic. So it was very lucky. And so made this, which is just going straight into it, because it's pretty far down. And it took quite a while to go there, and I was trying to not die, so I'm like, oh, I could just build a direct way to jump down and not have to worry about it, but let's not do that because I don't want to die. And then I got death from above by a creeper before I could get myself a totem of undying. So we built ourselves a little roof here to stop death from aboving, but this was the cave, and it's beautiful. I love this generation. Like, finding these monstrous caves it's really reinvigorated my love for this game. Like, I was not feeling it with 117, but having this and just these huge caves looking around, it's so nice. Let me turn the camera up because it looks really dark here. All right. Yeah, that's better. I'll have to, I haven't installed the high gamma patch that I normally install because with Twitch and everything, the problem becomes that you've got, like on my screen, this looks fine. Everything is viewable. Even the shadows are totally fine. But then when I go back and I watch the VODs, like the dark spots are really, really dark. So I definitely want to make it so that this is a good viewing experience for everybody. And I will take that extra ink. So I think we have not spawn-proofed everything up here. Yeah, we have not. So zombie or spiders. I want spiders. I don't care about any of you folks. All I want are spiders. Speaking of Spider-Man, come here. It's fine. I'll just kill you. Yeah, getting a little better. The timing for the shields are different. Like, I used to be able to just go and... Well, that's kind of funny. All right, you can just stay down there now, I guess. Whenever dealing with skeletons and everything, I used to be able to put up my shield right before they fired the arrow, and I had that timing down pretty much pat. But they changed it. It is now something that it's different from what it used to be, which makes it much more difficult. So I got to get that exact timing back down again. So all I need are spiders. I thought you were gonna go boom. Just blow up. Thank you. All right, I'll take that. Yeah, this is still crazy dark, even though it's all the way bright, all the way at max brightness on my screen. Yeah, just leave me alone. Spiders. All I want are spiders. And there aren't any. At least we'll light some of this up so that there will be less death from above. A little bit of iron. I'll take the iron though. Yeah, let's take a breather for a minute. Still trying not to die. I mean, it's not hardcore, but I'm really trying to... I've debated doing hardcore once in a while, but... Yeah, just go kill him. Thanks. Like, the fact of... Wow, this is... Yeah. Alright, that's gonna be death. Let's just zip over here for a second. The main problem I have with hardcore is always the same. There are just so many things where it's like, that's not in my control. Like, there was literally nothing I could have done about that. I had maybe a half a second to react. And, like, if you look, I've lit up a lot of this area. But not all of it, unfortunately. All right, so I do want that iron. I will take that. Is there more iron around here? Yeah, that looks like iron. Irony. You're way down there and you're shooting at me. You know what? Guess what? Bye-bye. Yeah, so death from above became death to the skelly. The social spawn mechanics are definitely seem to be turned up too. Which what that means is every time you hit a zombie, there's a chance that they will summon more zombies. And I don't know exactly what the rating on it and everything is, but it seems to be way higher than it's been in past versions. Oh, I hear a spider. Hi, friend. Ouch, you hit hard. Jeez, that must have had like a serious strength enchantment on it. Okay, 2 string, yay. So that's not enough scaffolding. We still need considerably more, but at least the beginning of our mission here is accomplished. It's so dark. Ugh. There is a specific mod that ups the gamma a lot more than it actively is. But yeah, the problem with the streaming and everything is that things that are dark get super muddy. Like the way that the compression algorithms work, they just make it so that it's very hard to see. Because in almost everywhere else, it works great. Like in the overworld, no problem at all. But when you don't have a very broad amount of a color palette to choose from, the compression suffers, which makes not a lot of sense because I would think it would be better. But I am not a video engineer, so I don't know. I can carry a torch at least, and that will make it seem brighter because of the way that, what is it? Optifine, the way that Optifine works. Okay, so don't need you. Let's just get up here, back up here where the iron was, and hopefully the, you have an arrow for me. That's so sweet. I love presents. All right, iron. Only 5, but again, I will take it. We have so many different kinds of iron now. What can I get rid of? I need all these things. All right, melons, goodbye. Just gotta keep remembering to switch over to the offhand of the torch until I install that high gamma mod, which I will do immediately after this stream. Ooh, it's getting late. I didn't even notice what time it was. I'm having so much fun sitting here chatting with folks that it's just like, oh, and there we go. That's the nice. Those are good movies. Like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. A lot of people look back on it and they're like, oh, well, yeah, it was fine. But you realize how long ago it came out. And at that point in time, all the superhero movies were like literally like Superman was some of the ones that were dominating at that point in time. And if you've ever seen the old Superman movies, they're bad. Like they're pretty bad. I mean, I'm not a Superman fan to begin with, but they're kind of terrible. All right, that is definitely enough. So let's see if we can find some more spiders. Gotta be more. I mean, I could just do this. Like literally knock out some torches, walk away and come back, and then they'll regen. Unless the mob cap is already full, which it might be. All right, here we go. Hello, spider friend. Spider friend. Spider friend. Nice. All right. It's kind of funny. Like the funny part about this is in order to get the scaffolding and to build up the cool. To build up the dreams. Yes, exactly right, music. To build up the dreams. In order to build the general mob farm, like you need to get string, and then the mob farm produces so much string, you'll never need it again for anything. Anything ever. Like in my other mob farm, I was using the string to build wool because I needed wool more than I needed string. Particularly for the giant blimp project, if anybody remembers that. No. Yeah, don't need you. That's fine. We'll take that. And building up, like, I needed so much wool. Oh, ouch. Yeah, masks can be dangerous. That sounds painful. Ouch. Hopefully no permanent damage was made, or you at least acquired a bit of the Spider-Man healing factor with the mask. All right. Come on, spiders. Yeah, so I'm starting to get it. Whoa! Yeah, at least that one I could react to. Like the sound of the hiss was fast enough where I could turn around to it, but when they're deathing from aboving you, there's really nothing you can do. All right, how about over here-ish? Yeah, this was the original cave I found, and the first lush cave I found in 118, which is just like, these things are beautiful. Like, whoever's idea it was to come up with these, like, A+ idea. And the ones that are under the Mushroom Island are 4 times the size of this, like if not larger than that. So I am an excited Hugs is excited, and we should have plenty of iron now. But I mean, just looking at this cave and everything, like, oh, is that a geode? Do we have another geode here? No, that's just clay. But that's a lot of clay. An axolotl friend. It was a blue one, I'd yoink him. Yeah, but like, oh, I can hear spiders. Where did you come from? Over here, maybe? No. All right, I don't know where they're coming from. But, oh, more iron. I just should have done this to the first place. Like, this is more iron than we found in, I don't even remember how many minutes we were out there. I would like to take that too, but no, I don't really need it. That sounds like you're over here. I don't know. I don't know. Death lava. No, this is not where we came from. The nice thing about waypoints, we can just head back towards the skelly spawner. And this is why I enable them. What's down here? Nothing. All right. Yep, nothing, just a lot of dark. Ouch. Oh, sorry you got the scar. Hopefully it's at least a good enough story where you can use it as a way to get to know people. Like I have a big scar on my my right pointer finger from well, like most things. I was a kid and I was dumb. That's the bottom. Okay, how do we get these? Do these require silk touch? No. Okay, because I will 100% take that. What is the least important? I guess sugarcane. Yeah, so I was off at camp and I was learning how to whittle. And you can bet exactly, I think it's a pretty easy guess what happened is I was not being careful and I missed the wood and the knife went ka-chunk right into my hand. So that was a lot of not enjoyable. Let's do this. And we'll just cut straight through because I got lost. Yeah, it's a nice way to, I agree with you. Like those stories, you can definitely use them as intros and ways to make friends and all that. That's weird. Just random moss in the middle. Okay, sure, whatever you say. Yeah, we're just gonna cut straight through because I don't know where I am and all these spaghetti caves, you get lost, but that's the joy of waypoints. And even if we weren't using waypoints, we could just cut straight up to the surface and go from there. Yeah, it was a bad cut. Like I'm actually quite lucky I didn't lose my finger. The bone stopped the knife, thankfully. But it was a normally dull knives are dangerous knives. This was not a dull knife. This was a very sharp knife. And all right. So let's just cut through here and then head straight to where we know the cave is. Yeah, so it's a big scar. Like it's more than halfway around my finger and it's very obvious, especially if you're looking at my hands. But exactly that. It's a good story and it is 3 stacks of iron or three stacks of like ore impish. It's a good story and I use it specifically for that thing, just to be like, look how dumb I was. Don't be dumb. But it's a funny story. And here we go. And we're out. Ore, 3 stacks of ore. Oh my gosh, that is phenomenally good. Yeah, we don't even have 1 stack, and I've been happy with all the stuff we've been finding. Okay, so veins are good, but you have to find it. And they're definitely in the negatives. Good to know. Okay, so I guess we can wander up here one more time and try and get some additional string, because I think that will make about a stack of words. Scaffolding. Yeah, those words. Scaffolding. That's a good word. So we can do a stack of scaffolding. There's another spider. Come here, spider friend. Give me your string. Creepers are not friends. Creepers are bad. Creepers are evil. Do not like them. Yeah, so I would say that in general, they probably should make the deep veins or something a little bit more common. Because realistically, if it's gonna be that rare, where, like I said, I've never even seen one, then whoop. Yep, saw you too. Yeah, so folks, you can see I can react to creepers. I am aware that they're there, and I don't generally die. So that is more of why death from above is so unacceptable. All right, how much string do we get? 7. 7 is good. All right, let's zip back to our base and get some bamboo. All right, because there's no more. Yeah, there's no more here. All right, up, daisy, zoom. Best time to eat in a bubble vader. No movement penalty. Okay. Nope. Home sweet home is over here. So yeah, now you see everything, of course, looks beautiful because the colors are bright and they're easily differentiable between one another. So the compression looks a lot better. Okay. So what can I get rid of? I think spore blossoms can go on the other side of trees, right? Yeah. I just like the particle effects. Like, the particle effects are cool. I'm looking forward to using that too. And our other two friends, axolotl friends, don't have a name for them yet. Okay, so let's put the glass away because I don't need glass. Don't need you right now. And then that'll be sufficient. Because I can just knock down this bamboo. And it's 3 o'clock. I'm gonna have to call this soon. I am reaching the end of my available time. Which is unfortunate, because I'm having a lot of fun. It's been great having folks hanging out. Alright, so we can... How much scaffolding can we make? Not enough. Yeah, 42 is definitely not enough. So what I want to do is go out here to where we have the deep ocean, because that means that I can have my spawn platforms be significantly higher or significantly lower in the world. Sir Axolot, that's a great one. I like that name. So yeah, once we're over here, and this world has like the biggest oceans that I've seen. So we just need to go 128 blocks out so that all of the ocean floor is pretty low. And like right around here will probably be fine. That's got to be it. So you can see that all of it's way down here. But I need to use the scaffolding. I don't think that will be enough. Nope. Now we got to be under it or something. Yeah, I know. I know. And I mean, I could use sand or something too if I really needed to. That would work. Yeah. So how far down is it? It's 35 to 60, which I think is, so that I do have enough. All right. And then we need to build up a bit more so that the spawn point will be 128 blocks from the floor. And then the only spawn we have to worry about are drowns, which are so rare that it's generally not a big deal. So, okay. All right. I'm good with this. Let's head back. So next stream will be the general mob farm. Next episode will be the intro iron farm, because those rules are a little different, and I've built a mega iron farm, but I've never built a starter iron farm. So I will do an episode on that. And then I think we're going to call it a day. Anybody online that I can send a raid over to? Let's check that out. Let's see. Who's on that I know? 1 second. Bruno. We could send to Bruno. Let's send to Bruno. Bruno's good people. I like Bruno a lot. All right, so hang out, folks, for your extra points, and let's raid Bruno. Bruno is a hardcore Minecrafter who does half-hearted hardcore, which is like the most ridiculous thing ever, because basically what he will do is he goes and he plays with literally just half a heart. It is crazy. So let's give Bruno a raid. Oh, did Bruno leave? Don't tell me you went offline, Bruno. I was just gonna... Ah, Bruno went offline. Worst timing ever, Bruno. Come on. All right, let's find somebody else. No, he's still there. Twitch is just broken. All right. Yeah, so be sure to let Bruno know where y'all came from, and hang out if you want to do that. Oh, come on. You're killing me. You're killing me, Twitch. You're making it so hard. Also, folks, if you have not subscribed or anything like that, I would greatly appreciate it. Following here, subscribing at youtube.com/overhugs, and just do nice things for other people in the world, because there's not enough kindness in the world. So why is this not letting me host him? This is the weirdest thing. All right, there we go. All right, got him. All right, so we are going to start a raid and go and raid Bruno. As always, I appreciate everybody hanging out and coming in and for all the conversations and such. So please raid if you want the extra bread or anything like that with the channel points, and no worries at all if you're not interested in a different Minecraft streamer. Totally understand. All the follows, all the socials, all that other stuff, and we always end the same way, and that is, I hope you have the most wonderful of days, and I'll see you soon.